Have you ever found a good deal in the junk bin, but didn't feel you had the skills to fix it? Well, stick around for this, because I'll show you how easy it is to refurbish and fix an old Game Boy Color that has some unresponsive buttons. Welcome back, refurbers and scruffy-looking nerve herders. It's me, scruffy-looking RGB. Today, I have a long-awaited refurbing video for y'all. I'll show you how to fix up that old Game Boy Color you found in the junk bin. If you stick around to the end, you'll get to see the transformation from junk to retro hunk. Today, we're going to see if this 500 yen Game Boy Color worked. It was one that I found while hunting Akihabara for Game Boy games and accessories. If you're interested in that video, click the video above, or the description in the details. Today, R2 and I will try our best to get this scruffy old Game Boy Color looking good as new. But first, let's see what the label says. It says here, "Start kikinikui," which means the start button is not very responsive. And the other note here is "gamen kizu," die, or large scratches on the screen. It looks like we should be able to turn this on without any finagling. What's that, R2? Yes, it does have some nasty scratches on the screen. Oh, looky there. The batteries are included. That's pretty nice of them. Okay. Let's check out Kirby. That's the sweet sound of success. Okay, my job here is done. Mod over. R2, stick a fork in her. She's done. Just kidding. Let's test out this start button. Yes, I'd say the person who inspected this Game Boy was paying attention. This start button doesn't want to react at all. You think I should push a little harder? Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, good idea, R2. We finally got past the title screen. On further inspection, we found that the A button is also not very responsive either. What do you think, R2? Yeah, I think you're right. And lots of IPA applied to all the contacts on the main board. So let's get scruffy looking. Before we start, here's a list of the tools you'll need to complete this refurb. So as you can see, there are quite a few scratches, and it's a bit scruffy looking. We've taken the batteries out, and you're going to need a tri-wing screwdriver, which I like to call the Y-wing screwdriver, if you will. There are 6 locations that you need to remove the screws from. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And I imagine you all know how to remove screws with the screwdriver, so I'm going to speed through this part here. Now that we have all the screws out, just take the back off here. The next thing you want to pay attention to are the 3 screws located here, here, and here. And these are not tri-wing, these are regular Phillips screws. So you can just use a regular Phillips screwdriver, and it's simple enough to remove all 3. After removing all 3 of the Phillips screws, you're going to want to pay attention to the bail up here where the ribbon cable is connected. I've lifted one on this side. Now you want to lift the one on the left side. Be very careful not to use too much force. It should come up pretty easy. You might have to wiggle them back and forth on either side. And then I like to use my driver in order to pull out the ribbon. Just take it easy and slow. It should pop out really easily. This one was a little tougher than usual, but just like that. And now we just need to pull out our main board and set it aside. Next, we're going to remove all the pads. You know, these pads are the thing that receive all the grime and dirt, and you can see how nasty that is in there. There's definitely something happened to this. I'm guessing somebody spilled some kind of Coke on it. It looks really nasty in there. You see how dirty these buttons are. So I'm guessing all this Game Boy needs is just some tender loving care and just a lot of washing. And this thing should come back to life pretty easily. Hopefully we'll get the start button and the A button working again. Pull out all the buttons here. Cut this part. Now you're gonna wanna hold this like an ice tray, like you're removing ice cubes, and kind of twerk the tray. Just give it a little bend. You'll hear a snap, crackle, pop. Don't worry, you just want to get an edge of the screen up. You don't want to pull on the ribbon cable, it'll pull right out. So make sure you get a corner. Be careful, the corners are kind of sharp. But if you get one corner, it's pretty easy to pull the screen out. And it's free. So put this somewhere safe. As you can see, there's no scratches on the screen. All the scratches are just on the front faceplate. So all we need to do is replace this. Alright, now get your baby screwdriver out, because we have some tiny Phillips screws to remove. This is the game cart shroud, and once we remove the screws, just take it off the back. Another tip is to have a little cup for all your screws. You don't want to lose these things. Really hard to see, especially if you have carpet. Let's remove the battery contact spot with a little flathead screwdriver bit. Unhook it, and it comes right out. Now we're going to move our attention to cleaning up the board, and I think this is where the focus of our repair is going to be. Look how nasty that speaker is. While we're here, we might as well get that dirt off the speaker. Probably get a lot cleaner sound. Now that the speaker's clean, let's take a look at the back of the board. You can see there's some flux here, which shouldn't bother anything. But the main thing we want to put some IPA on is this on-off power switch. These tend to get corroded and Game Boys turn off and on. So this a lot of times will fix a Game Boy that doesn't turn on. Just a lot of IPA in here usually does the trick. But we didn't even have to worry about that. We're just worried about the A contacts and the start button contacts. But just for good measure, we'll give it a deep clean with this go-between, which I also like to use here because it fits right in between the slot there where the switch is. Get both sides. Just be liberal with the IPA, and this Game Boy Color will have a long, long life. After you got plenty in there, you want to wiggle the button a bit, back and forth, free up whatever grime is in there, and the contrast wheel as well. Fill it up with some IPA and give it a few spins. And clean out the cart reader spot. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and get rid of this old flux. Just to make it look brand new. Alright, and it's back of the speaker. Now check the ports, the extension port. And the most important part here is cleaning those contacts with the A and B button. And the cart reader down there, that is probably the second most important. You want our carts to be read cleanly, so it's good to get that portion. But as you see, things look pretty shiny right now. So, R2, what do you think? Does it need any more scrubbing? Yeah, I think it looks pretty good too. So now it's time to bathe our shell and some dish soap And you just need some warm water and go to town with your old toothbrush. Keep your droid busy. Before you know it, you have this clean shell, looking brand new. So once she's all dry, now we're ready to put it back together once again. Another tip, I like to put some IPA on all the screws and let them sit and kind of roll them around in there to get any kind of grime or corrosion that might be on them. They always come out very sparkly clean. It's just a step I like to take. It's not necessary usually, but might as well give it a full clean. You guys down there who've done this before, what do you guys like to do with your screws? Do you do the same thing? Do you do something different? Let me know down in the comments. So now we're just going to replace the cartridge shroud, and you know how to insert screws, so I'll skip that. And we've snapped in our battery contacts as well on the shell. Now to put our screen back in. The sticker here will keep its stickiness, so you don't have to worry about that. Just place it back in, make sure it's in there lined up, and it's as easy as that. Now it's time to put our buttons in. So we got the D-pad, A and B, all clean. No gunk or residue anywhere to be seen. Now we take our PCB board, our very clean PCB board, and we put it in there. Now we just have to put the ribbon cable back in, which is a little bit finicky. Just make sure it lines up, don't want to force it in there. There it goes. Now we just want to push the bail back down on either side. Right. Now we just need to put the 3 Phillips back in those places. She's nearing completion. I agree, R2. It feels good to get that back together. Now our final 6 screws. And she's tied up tight. Now let's slap some batteries in and give it a final test. What do you think there, R2? Is it gonna work? I hope so. She powers up nice. Hit that button, and the start button works. The start button is working today, which we've done our job. Now let's just test that A button. Oh, much more responsive than it was before, definitely. Look at how responsive that is. So it just goes to show you, all you need is some IPA and give some time, a little bit of care, and these old Game Boy colors in the junk bin can just go back to playing them, is what they're meant to do. So I'm gonna keep playing this Kirby. As you can see, there's still some scruffage on the shell, and it does need a lens replacement, but other than that, it's a really nice Game Boy color. It's a good candidate for modding. If you want to put an IPS screen in here, whatever your fancy, which I might like to do. So question of the day, what would you like to see me do with this Game Boy Color? Would you like to see a backlit mod and some new custom Game Boy Color buttons? Let me know down in the comments. If I get at least 40 likes, I will definitely go ahead and do a mod on this Game Boy Color. So please let me know what you think. And I appreciate you guys for sticking around to the end of this video. Take care out there. And remember, stay scruffy looking.
Who's scruffy looking?